Hello, it's Dr. Abstract, and we have an update to learn JavaScript with creative coding. It primarily comes because we have a new site. So let's go to the Zim site now at zimjs.com, and we're now on Zim 017. Up here, when we did the creative coding lessons, we were on Zim 10. So the site looks a little bit different. The template is a little bit different, and I thought I'd just take you through a few of those things. So here's the new Zim site. Who knows, when you see this, maybe you'll be on, or we'll be on Zim 018 or 019, who knows. But this is the site now. Zim 10 used to have just these banners, but there's lots more on the Zim site now, so that's exciting. If you want to see all of what's new, because we did take you through some of the features of Zim, if you want to see what's new, press on the Zim 017 here, and it shows you the new features that we've added since Zim 10, which is back here. So here's Zim 016, where we added shaders and various other things. And so things you may have worked with might have changed, like for instance a slider. We now have a range in the slider, etc., etc. So these are some of the new things. 015, we added texture actives to be able to use Zim in 3D and in VR, as well as other things there. And here's 014. Okay, you get the idea, and you can press on any of those, and there's also update videos and the Zim updates. Zim version Zim. Woo! And Zim NFT, which was a little bit different in the way that it is. But look, now you have these things which are called dialogues. Okay, boop, 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 and more. We can work with the cam. And let's drop that down now. Another thing that we did that was different is, I think there was one more, NFT cat, right? Yeah, so Zim cat had a lot of features added as well. Okay, and then that gets us back to Zim 10, which is when our lessons were. Another thing that has changed is the template. So if you go to the Zim site and go to the code section right here, here's the new template. It's pretty well the same as the old template. I'm going to copy it and bring it into VS Code, because that's another thing that we recommend now. Atom is old. Well, it got discontinued by GitHub, which Microsoft bought. And Microsoft has VS Code, and VS Code is just wonderful to work with. So instead of using Atom throughout all of your lessons, you should probably now be using VS Code. So I want to show you a little bit about what that looks like. And indeed, in the Learn section right here, we do recommend that you use VS Code here. Now, there's Atom's not even listed. We've made improvements on the editor too. I can't even remember. I think we only had Slate at the time, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, we do have an online editor as well, which has lots of improvements and lots of examples. So I'm going to press that just to show you what that looks like. Here are these things called zaps. I'm logged in, and so I have my own zaps, but you'll see, let's see, bring that down a bit. These are different Zim examples. This is the mid-level examples. And what you can do is you can look at an expo as well. It's maybe a bit more visual way. All of these are Zim examples, which you can press and see what they look like. Okay. And you can see the code on how that was made, and then you can copy the code over onto here. I may as well overwrite that, and then edit the code on this side and test it on that side. Okay, so that's the editor. Like I said, lots of different zaps. You can log in and store your own zaps. We're calling Zim apps zaps. So that's the editor. And what else was there back on the code? Right, we're wanting to take a look at VS Code. So here's our new template. I'll copy the new template and put it over into VS Code. So Visual Studio Code, Microsoft is, like I said, very easy to use. You have your files over on the side. We have some components, what do they call these, extensions, I guess, like that. And the extensions I would suggest you get is open in browser or live server. Both of those do sort of the same thing. I just like the open in browser. And so hit this little box once you get VS Code and do a search for open in browser. And that allows you to easily open this up in a browser. So when I right click here, there it is, open in default browser. And now I have, well, I first have to save it, open in browser here like that. And, oh, sorry, open in default browser. And now we've got the Zim template right here in the browser. Isn't that nice? Okay, so I would recommend VS Code. It's very similar to Atom, and we used Atom in the examples, but VS Code is the modern version of them here. We're also now in Zim 017, which I believe is a little bit different in that we're importing a single file. So look at, if you compare this template with the template in the videos, this is a simpler template. We've also done our frame in a different way. So instead of storing the frame in a variable and getting the stage and all that kind of stuff from the frame, frame.stage, frame.width, frame.height, etc., we've simplified it a bit. We used to use a string for the fit, and now we have a constant called fit like that, which is basically the same as a string fit like that, but it's a bit cleaner looking. There's the dimensions, light and dark, pretty well the same. We had put them up in variables here and passed them in, but there they are in here. The change, though, is we then have a ready callback. So this is called a callback. It's saying what function do we want to call when the frame is ready? And then here is the function underneath. So instead of passing in or just storing in a frame and doing an on when it's on ready, so we did an event. That event had a couple extra brackets in there, and so especially for kids, we thought we would make this a little bit easier where it's just a function ready. There we've declared the function ready, and this is the function that we're going to call when the frame is ready. So that simplifies it down. We've also given constants f, s, w, and h are available to access the frame, the stage, the width of the stage, and the height of the stage. So if you wanted to center on the stage, which it does automatically, you could put S there. And let's see, what else might we do if we want a circle that is the height of the stage divided by 2. And let's have a look. We'll bring it over here. So now we have a circle that is the radius is the height of the stage divided by 2, and that circle goes right up to the height of the stage, as you can see. All right, so you can use H like that to get the height of the stage, or W, and S for stage anytime you want. This drag, for instance, you could put a boundary on that. So that's saying drag it in a boundary of the stage, which will be interesting here. So there it is, and I'm stuck dragging it in the boundary of the stage. I can't move it up and down. If it were smaller, indeed. What do we have, 50 on that, or 100, or whatever? I'm not sure what it was before. We save that, and now our circle can only be dragged in the stage, like so. Okay, so that's how you can use S for stage. We no longer need the stage.update at the end. I don't know if we needed that in the earlier template, but at some point we just automatically make a stage.update after the frame is ready. So that simplifies the template. Other than that, you're learning JavaScript, and so all the JavaScript that you're learning will be probably right inside here, inside our ready, where it says put your code here, and that really hasn't changed very much. We were working with certain things in Zim. We now have more things in Zim, almost twice as much, because we were in Zim 10, now we're in Zim 017, so we've added a lot of things. They all pretty well work the same way. One thing that might change, let's see, is the way that we get values from components. So when we get a dial or a slider, we used to use current value. We can just use value now. So that's something else. Sometimes the parameter orders change a little bit, but I think you'll be good, and certainly you'll be good for the JavaScript basics. We've been using ES6, so the latest version of JavaScript, ES6. For some time now. We're very used to ES6, and so that's good. That's things like using the const circle is equal to, so the const and the lets, we're using arrow functions, etc. Alrighty, I think that's pretty well all we needed to show you then. The Zim site has changed, but you can look around. We've been at it now for 10 years. We have a new forum as well, so we'd constantly be saying, join us on Slack. If you hit that Slack link, though, it'll link you through to our new forum. So here's our new forum. And this will also take you there. I don't know how long we'll show this, but this is 10 years. Yay! So here's our new forum. You can come in. These are all the sort of the older versions of Zim and see what people have been saying. We also listed various stats on Zim, which is kind of fun to see. So this is the forum. You're welcome to come in. And under topics, there's, topics. It was a roadmap. How do we get to see? Well, right here. They're there. Okay, so announcements we're making, examples, questions, general feedback, bugs, showcase, etc. So come on in, ask any questions about Zim or about JavaScript. We would be more than happy to answer, and we hope to see you soon. I am Dr. Abstract, and we have been doing Learn JavaScript with Creative Coding. Isn't that exciting? Woohoo! See you around!